You are live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to. Okay, well, we're just going to start. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. The Jobber Report is bringing to you Big D to the right or my left, and MJ. And we're going to talk about a lot of things today. It is July 30th. Thursday, a lot of things have happened.
Can't believe it's almost August already.
What's going on?
Can't believe it's August already.
Yeah, it's incredible. And a lot of WWE things happening. Yeah, okay. Let's just jump in. If you guys want to follow us, subscribe. Yeah. I don't even know how to plug myself anymore. I'm a little discombobulated because I was just setting this up. Now I'm actually just now starting to record the podcast too. Anyway, this is MJ and Big D, and Big D's in a tornado storm right now, or tornado watch warning.
Yeah. I got 6 minutes. 6 minutes till the end of the warning, and I don't see anything. So, unless it's like the eye of the storm where we're at, and it's just the calm.
If we if you see if you just watch this podcast and all of a sudden Big D gonna just take off, his connection is not a bad connection.
I will take you with me.
Yeah.
I will take you with me.
I will call you. I will give you a call on your cell phone, see how you're doing. Can you imagine that? Trying to actually talk, like in a tornado, like it picks you up and you're like, "Yo, it's not working. It's not working for me. I need some assistance." Shit.
I don't think so. That'd be interesting enough, I guess.
Oh man, so how you doing? How you been?
Been good. Well, I mean, I guess I was kind of sick yesterday. I got over a little 24-hour fever or whatever it was.
Oh shit.
So I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel today, but yeah, whatever I had broke last night, and yeah, I'm feeling back to like 95% now. So.
Damn, dude.
Yep.
You just you sneeze Corona out, man. You're just like, pooh, gone.
I guess
that's how powerful Big D is.
It just hit me, and then I don't know if it was I don't know if it was overexhaustion, but
oh yeah,
I just crashed and slept, and then I took my temperature at one point, and it was like 101.2.
Really, dude?
I was like, yep, and then all of a sudden I just like, man, it's hot. And I was just like profusely just sweating, and then whatever, I stopped, and then I took a shower and I felt fine.
See, that's If you,
I think the overexhaustion kind of lowered my immune system, so I got something. But.
Yeah, Big D's been hustling. He's been hustling us, and he's also been hustling his business.
Yep.
That depends on some people in Australia.
Right.
Well, I was, as soon as you said that, I thought about it's like, hey, we should get WWE to send you their doctor.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That's a very good doctor. I hear they can do wonders.
Yep, and well, I'm glad you're doing better, brother.
Thanks. Yeah, me too. I'm just
tired.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, I slept for I don't know, almost the whole day, pretty much, just off and on, but like good deep sleep, and then, but yeah.
Oh, it was good to have you back, brother.
That's good to be
back.
How about yourself?
I was texting you. I was trying to start. So we have a Twitter, which is at the Jobber Report, and yeah, I'm like, hey, let's start a conversation. Uh-oh. Pages and Pathways just heard our the last bit of that conversation. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes.
Like, take care of yourself, though, doe.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
It's what we do. We just...
One of those constant reminders that you kind of need, especially when you don't think about yourself, I guess. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but...
Yeah, it is difficult to think about yourself. Unless, like, people say you're selfish, but I find it the hardest. Like, yeah, sure, you can be selfish, but it's difficult to, like, constantly think about yourself. Like, just because you're with yourself. So, anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, dude, okay, I don't know even where to start, man. So we were texting right before this. I keep trying us to get, like, let's just start using Twitter as our text. We don't have to respond to anybody.
That makes sense. That makes sense once you did that the other day. I'm like, okay. And then today was obviously not that way. But,
that's WWE calling, man. You're in trouble.
Yeah. Probably people wondering if we're okay or something.
Are you in a rocking chair, Big D?
I am.
Oh, cool.
I mean, there it is. Like, I mean, it's a.
Are you tied up? Do you have chains around you, loosely set up on you?
Just for fun.
Yeah.
It's just for fun. Pure entertainment. Just waiting for him to come back. That's all.
Oh. Well, Strowman is not coming back.
It's kind of like when you leave cookies and milk out for Santa, and then you just like wait for him to come and you just kind of like tie yourself to a chair and just wait for him to show up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be tying myself around some strange man coming down the chimney that you left cookies and milk for. I used to put like pot brownies out, like 100 milligram each for Santa. I was like,
I might fit down. I might fit down the chimney for that.
Yeah. He never came back, bro. He never came back.
Never came back.
No, my dad was pissed. My dad's like, I gotta buy you presents now. Damn it, son.
That's funny. That's funny.
So where do I start, man? Where do I start? What do I? Let's just. Should we go just straight into the? Okay. Jeff Hardy, Sheamus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I hate like these type of stipulation matches. They're just too phony and fake and whatever. I mean, it is what it is. You got nothing out of it. I thought maybe they're going to try and get it and make it more personal on Jeff. Really didn't do that at all. That's kind of been the thing about that storyline is, are they going to take it too far, or are they, kind of thing. And part of you wants them to, for that shock entertainment kind of thing. But I don't know, just nothing happened. I mean, besides this little magic trick at the end of the match, which I don't know what that's going to lead to. From all of a sudden not having paint to his eyes go white, and now he's got a face paint on. And whoever painted that on, man, they did it pretty quick. I'll have to say
that. Big D, I was watching that match and I was like, is this the last straw? Is this the end? Like, is this the end or
of
WWE? I'm exaggerating, but I was like, Are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, what is happening?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So far, all the cinematic matches, like it seems like WWE is desperate. No, or are they just out of their fucking minds?
Maybe a little bit of both.
That's why I'm like, okay, I should probably. I'm exaggerating a little bit. I am sensationalizing this a little bit. Okay, I get it. But so far, the cinematic matches I've been watching have not been that great. And not in the, like...
Steep downhill.
Huh? Yeah.
It's definitely going down a steep downhill.
Yeah. Steep is an understatement. I think it's a cliff. There's a cliff somewhere.
Right.
Okay, so what is happening? Like, I don't even know where to start. I'm like just losing my mind. First of all, it's like if you're gonna have a cinematic bar room brawl, why not just do it like a real fight, like a real movie fight, and you know, set up angles, set up shots. Why are you filming a wrestling match where you're also cutting in between? And also trying to, like, you know, putting mats under. You're devaluing everything. Like, for me, it was devalued when... I'll get back to the eyes, but I just want to say when Jeff Hardy did the Swanton bomb off the ladder on freaking concrete.
Right.
Do you like, in the way it was shot, it's like, first they bounced. Like, you can tell that. But second of all, it's like... Do you remember what Jeff Hardy used to do? He went onto concrete at WrestleMania. But the fact that we knew it was concrete, there was nothing there. That was so just like, holy shit.
Right.
And now, like, you do this, and it just makes it look so hokey. Because he just picks right back up. You're like, what? Like, you just fell on concrete floor from, like, at least a 10-foot ladder. And that's where I was like, you know, Big D texted me, like, you text me, you're like, you know, those doctors, you know, and I'm like, is this what you're talking about? Like, because, and then, you know, the eyes and the makeup and it looks so fake. The eyes, like, if you just don't do it. It just looked like, you know, somebody's like, well, we're just going to put up... This wasn't even a Photoshop job. This is like MS Paint job. Circa 1995 MS Paint job with the eyes, you know. They're like just flickering. You're like, who thought this was a good... Like, it just looks like shit.
Right.
But I'm complaining.
I mean, he's always had the thing where his paint is on his eyelids.
Yeah.
And, you know, so do that. Like, don't do the whole... white eye, just, you know, zombie, whatever you want to, like, whatever he is, possessed. I don't know. Like, is that what this whole thing is going to be? Is that he, you know, he got possessed or something? You know.
Oh.
Like, was that like how, like, did the alcohol, you know, get to him? Like, I believe in the beginning of the match, didn't he take a sip of the drink or whatever of his beer?
I don't know.
I mean, that's another thing too. Because if he did, because they're both sitting there, they both got a beer, and I think he might have taken a sip of it, saying like, "Oh, it's okay, like whatever, I'm okay." So I wonder if something like that is the effects of the alcohol. Is that, you know, now he's like, not that he was drunk per se or anything like that, but just that the alcohol had that effect.
Oh my god.
Really hope that's not something where...
Who the fuck thinks of this? Like, this sounds...
Well, I just did. So.
No. Hold on. No. I know you did. But you're following a certain line of logic.
Right. True.
You're
hope
following
that
whatever... It's not even logic.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, we can come up with some crazy shit. But what I'm thinking about is, like, this is like, oh, we're going to make his eyes glow and he's possessed. And all of a sudden you're thinking, like, that's what alcohol does to him.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's like if you think that Vince McMahon is not doing this shit, like,
right.
I mean, like, okay, that is our stipulation though. That is definitely our stipulation. But you're thinking that because of what's been happening in the WWE,
Right.
and
Right.
Big D's in a rocking chair, so watch out, man. It's like I feel this whole Wyatt vibe going on.
Just wait.
Just wait.
I'm still.
Oh shit. You're gonna start flickering like red and blue lights or just red lights.
Just let them in.
Oh damn. Okay, well that's about the only exciting thing I can.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping this is done. I don't think it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to drag this feud on. Yeah.
You mean Jeff Hardy?
Yeah. Yeah. And Sheamus, I don't know. It's just a sad. It's gone a very sad route.
Yeah, I mean, and it also he was talking about drinking afterwards, and overcoming that, and it's like, so if he just drank at the bar, and then the face paint, of course, it's like his
Right.
brother did something at AEW where he got into a freezer, and then he at the arena, and then he changed into another outfit, and it was just like, I guess they're trying something new, so I got to give them credit. But this is like I'm watching somebody who is like, I can't help but like think that this is just like an old man or old men, like super old men who used to, who like grew up on fucking Scooby Doo, thinking like, we're gonna have ninjas, like, the whole Street Profits mess. We're just gonna have ninjas because they Asian. Just that ridiculous logic. Like, who is? And he's like, you can't help but think, like, there's no way Triple H is condoning this. There's no way, like, Triple H is like going like. I guess they're probably, they are struggling. We talked about it.
Well, true, but it's like, and then, I mean, especially you just made a good point right there about Triple H. You can just look at NXT for that. That's NXT is Triple H.
Yeah, NXT is much more sane. Although I don't watch it as much, but
it's like, but it's just, I don't know what it is about Raw and SmackDown now. It's just, I don't know. Like, there's still some good parts, whatever.
There's some entertaining stuff, man. We could talk about that, but I had to start with the doctor.
Stuff is picking up, but yeah, I don't know about
Might not be good, but it is. I'm laughing. I'm having a good time. Like, I'm not laughing with them at this point.
Right. Yeah. Not with that brawl.
Yeah, that was. Oh. There's better ways, like, just to shoot.
It was like the main event. It was at the end. So they're like, whatever. I'm not really. I mean, it could have been anywhere in the show, but for something like that, to be like a main event, that's probably one of the worst main events this year.
It was sad. Yeah. It was sad, man. Yeah. And then, even the face paint was just like, oh, come on. Like, it's great face paint, but you don't need any of that. Like, why is any of that necessary? Like, and if you think about, like, the production capabilities they do actually have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if you want to shoot a fight, like, shoot it like a freaking fight. Like, why must it be half wrestling match, half, like, this ridiculous fantasy, which you're like, this is not going to happen. If we didn't have coronavirus, this is not going to happen. And if you think, like, what this reminds me of is, like, the era of WWE, like, I would say, like, the early 90s, where it was just gimmicks, just straight up gimmicks.
Right.
You know, that's what it reminds me of. It's like I hate to use this term, but like there's a like it's what's the opposite of evolution? Non-evolution, uninvolved, evolving.
The evolution.
Yeah, the opposite of evolution.
Devolving.
Devolving. Okay. Was this what
Yeah.
it feels like?
Right. Yeah. Totally.
I mean, and I guess not all of it, but some of this stuff is like who is like doing this?
Right.
But the doctors, though, I got to give props to the doctors at WWE. Like these people, like like I don't even how fast these doctors are. There should be no coronavirus cases in the United States because how fast these doctors are. You didn't even see them, and they fixed Jeff Hardy. You didn't even see him. Just like that, like just concrete, nothing. Boom, got it.
Yeah. That's funny. Like when you bring that match up, and I was like, I almost wasn't even remembering about that match. It just held nothing. I mean, until we just talked about like a couple hours ago, and it just dawned on me. I'm like, oh, yeah, this happened. So I guess that's something we should talk about. But there's just nothing really to remember from that at all. Nothing good.
I remember, like I think the bartender tried to attack Jeff. Yeah, and he got power bombed through a table.
Right, because that was the same bartender that was he was in the ring when Sheamus was giving him the toast, and that was the same bartender. I don't know.
That was so random to me. Even if I knew that, it was still random. Just out of nowhere, the bartender's like, "Okay, now I'm gonna jump in."
Right.
It's like,
right.
There's no screen. Like, you would think that they would have a great, like they have writers. They have just the way they shoot the show. They have great cameras. I know that. They gotta have some good cameramen there. It doesn't look like they have any directors at all. Whoever's directing that, it's like, okay, come on, man. Like, really? Like, you could make this like a movie. You guys, like, and the whole magic part of it and the flashy stuff, it might work for the character like the Fiend. And even then, it's, a little shifty. But it may work for a character like a Fiend. I had my issues with the swamp fight. That wasn't a match. Right. That's another thing. Like I keep seeing online is like people are like, how was this a match? I'm like, they never advertised it as a match. Like you made that point. Right. You're like, this is not a match. This is a swamp fight, and we're gonna get more of these cinematic things. And like I hope they actually get better because they've been getting worse.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I can agree with you there. But then it's like, I don't know, like what's it take to? I mean, that AJ Styles Undertaker. Okay, that was understandably a cinematic. It worked out great. The Fiend and John Cena, the Firefly Funhouse match. People was it? But it was because of the way that it was actually done. The way that it was done. It was done any different.
That was also, pretty polarizing for people. Right. That match.
Right.
Yeah. Some people really disliked it. But that's when But that's after that they stopped calling them matches.
Right. Which was and I think that's great. And that tripped the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. That was just bad.
That was bizarre. and it was highly ignorant too, man. Like with the like it was like I was watching like an '80s movie. It was like Asians ninjas. Like what the hell? Like seriously?
Yeah. The ninjas came out of nowhere, and then they were on Raw the next night, and there's no sign of them.
And
since.
they got their ass kicked by one person. Was it Shayna Baszler who kicked their ass?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
Like, listen, if you're gonna become a ninja, like this is what's so ridiculous about it. If you're gonna become a ninja, you're like cunning warrior.
Yeah, that was just stupid. I mean, even the cinematic they did at NXT with the Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole. I mean, at least that was a match. Like they were fighting, and it had its moments. It wasn't horrible. It was still entertaining. But then they also had another cinematic match, which is really good, with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, no, it's just going downhill. It's just like what's deserving of a cinematic match now? Is it just anything?
Well, it feels like that's the direction WWE wants to go. No?
Right. But they want to just turn everything into a. I don't know.
I think they've been wanting to be a production company for a long time.
Right, and then and you know what? It's funny. I was just watching. No, the one documentary there.
I love how you say documentary. You go documentary. I like that.
I don't know what to say.
You
guess that's my accent.
Announce it differently. I'll take it. I think that's cool. Sorry.
It's on Netflix. I can't think of what it is.
The Undertaker files?
No. It was just like the business. Not between the ropes.
Beyond the rope? No. Beyond the mat.
Something like that, yeah.
With the with the Bret Hart?
No.
Beyond the mat.
No.
Is that the one with? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I think I know what you're talking about.
But anyway, Vince McMahon had just mentioned the whole thing. This was back in 1990 something, 99 or so, and the whole thing has just always been it's entertainment. It's they're putting on a show, and he wants it to be cinematic. And,
well, it's not. I'm sorry. It's also professional fucking wrestling. However you spin it, it's always going to be professional wrestling.
Right.
Because they don't. Why they're wrestling? I'm sorry. I get emotional with this because it's like it seems like it's been a narrative they've been trying to push, and they got an opportunity now, and it's like it's done. Why do I care, Big D? That's a question. Why do I care? Why am I watching this? Because I am still I'm watching it more now. So they got me. They say, it's working. I'm like, it's not working. I'm just angry or I'm upset, but I'm still watching it because it was such a part of my life. It is something that I loved and still do.
Right.
But you can be in an abusive relationship for so long.
It's really disrespectful to them, to the performers themselves. I can't imagine what a lot of them think of what's going on. Because they're doing what they have to do, and not in order to just keep things going. But I wonder, how they really feel about everything that's been going on.
Well, so acting wise, it's it's like you have these are not performers. Like, and it's also like I was talking. Yeah, we've talked about this many times, but these matches are frustrating, bro. They are frustrating to me because you can actually, if you're gonna film it like a fight scene, just film it like a fight scene. It doesn't have to be a wrestling match at all. It'll actually be cooler.
Right.
I don't know what you think about that.
No, it should have been just a regular, just a match, like have them fight.
Yeah.
And whatever, if you have to have the, even if you have to have the bar and all that stuff, like ringside or something like that. I don't know, but I just hate I really hate off-premise matches. I mean, like they used to do it really well, I mean, even
Well,
like
the
back in the day, they had
APA, their barroom
right.
brawl.
Exactly. Even I believe Sheamus and Cesaro even had a bar brawl a couple of years ago before they became tag team partners.
I wasn't watching that.
Or it might not have been an actual match, but or a fight, whatever. But there was like a scene where they'd gotten into a fight, but whatever. It was completely different. But you're taking these guys that have been around for a long time, and now you're throwing them into these, more act like just cinema. I don't know. It's just the acting is horrible and writing is horrible.
Well, do you know what the rating was for SmackDown last week?
No, I did not look at it this week.
Not much.
Probably should, but I can't imagine it was much. That had been worse than last week.
Well, we can. Yeah, you checking it?
Yeah.
Well, I like. Okay, just relax.
It's very frustrating.
Strowman. So I've wrote, like, we're going to talk about Strowman's future. I want to talk about Dolph's booking.
Yeah, and I know. Yeah,
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. What's wrong with me?
It's good to be frustrated, though.
I mean, like, they're taking Dolph's value down, just steadily, just eroding it.
Yeah, and I mean, after I don't know, after thinking about it, I was like they bring him, they bring him into Raw. He's immediately put into title situation, main event. Then he has it was just like even that match at
Extreme
Worlds, it was decent, it was good. But then that Raw match, it just, I mean, the stipulation, like really, like you're gonna have us wait a week just to have the same match, except for, McIntyre can do it too. Like that's the only difference. And I was just like, like I was just expecting more. I think that's what it always comes down to, is that we're always expecting more.
So okay, so we're expecting more. So the question is, how would you book that angle? Like, what would you do to make that, like, Dolph Ziggler and
I wouldn't like. I mean, at least have them fight, before the championship or even after the championship. Maybe not have the rematch of the title right away, or something where, it does give Ziggler a little ahead of the race, or at least a little advantage of, he wins something. The only advantage that he had gotten was that he got to pick the stipulation, and that's the only power that Ziggler's had since coming back.
I mean, he lost to Otis before he was in that feud.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes with
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre. He loses there.
Right, and then now it's like now Randy Orton's in the picture. Where's Ziggler going?
Yeah.
But then that's like is that's is it gonna that brings up a lot of other questions as far as with Edge and Orton. Is Edge all done? Are we just forgetting about Edge? Is that not going to happen or whatever?
Yeah, where's the doctor for Edge, man? Where's the WWE doctor?
There's just so many questions. And I think that's what it is. It's just like they just can't. Lost some track of thought.
They can't, as in WWE, can't seem to book Ziggler right.
Yeah, they can't book a lot of people right.
I mean, it seems like it's a really just questionable choices left and right and left and right. It's like are they just
they have so many questions that they just can't answer. Like there's just too many questions. There's too many unanswered questions that will never get answered in a timely fashion for it to make sense to continue, that story.
Yeah, well, what's Ziggler gonna do now? McIntyre's not even gonna look at him.
Right.
And then also you like I would totally have booked Ziggler differently. I would have actually had him win. But cheating win the title.
Right, yeah. No way, or maybe not even to win the title, but because now if you're saying that, now you would kind of have two of them with Sasha Banks winning the title. The way she did it first. I mean, that wasn't really, maybe that'd be a little bit different, but yeah, just having Ziggler win somehow. Just to say that, oh snap, so Ziggler can beat him.
Yeah.
It is possible. Let's see, where are we here? Monday Night Raw, 1.6.
Ooh.
SmackDown, 1.9.
Hey, that's better. Magic works.
NXT, 700,000, which is it's going up. I guess AEW beat SmackDown again or something, but.
Yeah, I wonder if their storylines are well, considering how many people are showing up to the actual events. Like you would think they would have enough roster, and it's like, okay, you have to fill in 3 hours. I get that.
Right.
And maybe they're really just trying to balance, but I also have a feeling that it's not just because of coronavirus, man. I have a feeling that they're really, really just struggling.
Right, but it just I don't know. It seems to be no excuse for it, though. I mean, we always bring this up. We brought it up almost every week. Like, what's the difference you have? And like, I don't know. It's just there's something. There's something that's the difference. And it's not, and it's beyond now. It's beyond not having the talent because everyone's there for the most part.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I know what the problem is, Big D.
What's that?
Roman Reigns is not there.
That's got nothing.
Oh. Okay, Brock Lesnar is not there.
Well, I mean,
he's probably their biggest superstar.
Right.
Randy Orton, I think is, he's good, but I like. They shouldn't be booking Randy Orton, and I guess that's all they have for SummerSlam. No.
As far as
somebody to challenge Drew McIntyre.
Right. If it's not gonna right now that Ziggler's lost.
Yeah, they fizzle Ziggler out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Right.
Like, come on, he deserves better than that.
Right. Right. Now, is he gonna be completely fizzled? We don't know yet.
Yeah.
But
well,
I mean,
he's lost some credibility. No. Like.
Right. No, completely.
Huh?
Completely.
Yeah, it's like, well, what's he gonna do now? He's just gonna play spoiler to Drew McIntyre.
Right.
I wouldn't even be surprised if Dolph Ziggler doesn't show up next Monday.
You don't see. I mean, yeah. I guess we'll find out.
We're gonna have maybe we'll have a triple threat. We have triple threat.
Good old
a triple threat, everybody.
Triple threat.
That sounds like a
even then. I mean, now you're having Ziggler just be the third wheel.
That's right.
Pretty much.
That's right.
You know, because I mean, now you got Orton and McIntyre. I mean, that's immediately a better match, I think, than Ziggler or McIntyre.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so.
I mean, the way that they're building Randy Orton up right now, I'm getting excited about for other reasons as well. But I just think it's really good for Randy Orton. This is like his. I mean, this is like his final big long push.
I mean, he's the only like legit thing. I mean, Drew McIntyre is legit.
Right. I mean, I think Orton has definitely been. It almost feels like he's been busting his butt a lot more.
I think he's the only name that is really like, wow, okay.
Right.
Has some legitimacy. I'm just Orton's legit, but Dolph Ziggler, I don't think so. What are you guys doing? Like, he needs to win a match, and he needs to win a match now.
Right. It's like, do we...
He's our jobber.
Do we give him a call? And have him be our another host in the jobber report?
That's right.
Like, is he now a jobber?
He's a fancy jobber.
I don't know that. I don't know the last time that he's won a match.
Yeah.
Like, especially like clean. Like I can understand like a heel win, even, but like just in general, pretty much. Like, when was the last time that he won?
I think it's time to start booking Dolph Ziggler like they've been booking Shawn Michaels.
Right.
Like he's like the skinny guy, but he wins. He's like the small guy, but he wins.
Yeah, he's got the determination and just doesn't give up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they don't. Yeah, they don't believe in him. They don't really believe in Dolph. They don't believe in anybody.
Yeah, right.
Except Drew McIntyre.
He's been there for so long.
Who? Dolph Ziggler? Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. He. I mean, he's annoying. He's a good heel, but he's not like I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Burger King Corbin.
Right.
Like, there's a legitimate hate of Burger King Corbin.
There's another one for there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's written like it's like an 80s Scooby-Doo TV show is what it feels like. It's like these very kind of archaic stereotypes of caricatures of people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's always like, if you notice everybody's interview except like Shinsuke and Cesaro, and we'll talk about that in a second, but just about everybody's interview is the same thing. It's just anger. And if you pay attention to how many people put their fists like together like this, like fist, and you're gonna see it in a couple of seconds on the video, but you know what I'm talking about, like Like even Rey Mysterio talks like that. It's like everybody that talks just puts their hands in their fist. I don't know if you could probably see it on the video now. But you know how they hold that right by their their stomachs. Everybody I'm gonna, and it's like I can tell that everything is so everybody is trying to regurgitate written shit that's written so awkward that it's frustrating, Big D. It's frustrating because nobody out of all these cats is being let to fly at all except maybe Bray Wyatt. Right. Even Randy Orton doesn't have that leash. It doesn't seem like it. It's like he has a script too. You would think that by this point Randy Orton would be... I mean, I don't know if they'll let Randy Orton, but there's just so much. It just seems like everybody, they want actors who can wrestle, and they have wrestlers who can't act.
Right.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at. But Dolph ZIggler,
yeah. Oh, just,
what do? You just kill. It's like it seems like you took all his steam out. You gave him some steam, that was great, and you took it right out.
Right. Yeah. We were actually excited, for seeing it.
Yeah,
and then boom, it's just gone.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks. It's just gone. All right. Well, next.
Yeah. Well, where are you gonna go from there? Nowhere. Oh, Randy Orton.
Until SummerSlam. Okay, here we go. Yep. Who's out there? Oh, Randy Orton's there. Okay.
I don't know.
Now, does did the injury to Edge had the effect on stuff, but
well, I mean, they said he was going to be back in a couple of weeks. No, I'm from a torn tricep. Really?
Right. Maybe it's a realistic return of 6 months or something.
Yeah, at least. I would say probably 4 months if you're not 80.
Right, but he's more than halfway there. So.
I'm sorry, Edge. I never liked his beer, but I did like Edge as a character.
Yes, that is.
There's only one spear I ever liked.
He's one of those that sometimes you don't think about. But where would I put him on my list? He would have to be up there somewhere up here high because I always enjoyed it.
Top 10?
See, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh man, it just seems like I'm just thinking ahead, and it just seems like we're on the same path
of what?
It's just every match or feud that we're about to talk about. It's
the same thing.
It's the same, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's try. Let's try. Did you think about Dominic?
I mean, I was a little surprised that he showed up in tag because I wasn't expecting it to happen necessarily, nor did I really want it to. But that's what we're gonna have at SummerSlam. It's gonna be Dominic versus Seth Rollins. I don't know if Dominic is ready, if he can handle that, and without Seth Rollins to have to ruin himself to carry Dominic. But it had to happen eventually. I thought it was okay the way that he attacked, and then he brought the kendo stick out. And, I don't know. It's just another storyline that's flatlined, and we lost another eye. We lost another eye this week. Our good buddy Murphy took the eye off of Aleister Black, which
The first time it happened, Big D was like, wow, did this, like, it looked good. It looked real. It really,
right,
like, it garnered some attention. And then we
right,
get an eye for an eye match. And then
right,
Rey
yeah,
Mysterio loses
yeah.
an
It's just
eye that we never saw. Well, of course, if you lose an eye, can you see it? I guess not. Oh, I no, you can see it with the other eye, right?
uh,
And
well,
now Aleister Black, it's turning into it's a gag now. It was funny when I saw it this time. It was
right,
funny, dude.
right.
I was actually laughing. I was like,
Like the weeks coming prior, like coming up, like there's that just Murphy like contemplating like if this is like really what he wants to do is be this follower, be a disciple, you know, and I mean obviously he does, he is,
yeah, he did it. He
but
did it
he was
reluctantly.
doing it though. When he was doing it though, like and they got it, and then Ellsbury got his eye right there on that corner, and then Rollins comes over and like comes behind Murphy, and it did look like he had like bum rushed him almost. So it did legitimately look like Aleister Black's like I may have gone in that corner. I don't know, but it did look like when he was holding him there on that corner, it did look like Rollins had maybe accidentally come up and just bumped him or something. But that's the only part that may have actually looked real. Um,
Oh, okay. Because I just saw the part where he started pushing his head at the stairs, and I started laughing.
yep, yep. And then
I
yeah,
was
and
I
then but
was
then
laughing, man.
and then yeah, and then Rollins comes up behind him and like goes to like grab him or something. But it's almost like he actually bumps into him and pushes Murphy, which then pushes Aleister Black actually into that corner. So I don't know, but I don't know. There's been other rumors and stuff that are floating around that WWE is planning on writing Aleister Black off Monday Night Raw for a while. I guess this is a way to do it. Whatever's been wrong with his arm, they've been focusing on that, and now his eye. And, they just really made him weak and powerless. Like, and they're just taking everything away from these wrestlers that have worked hard to get to the point where they are in their character and development and all that. And now it's just they just suck everything right out. And, uh,
I think they're coasting,
yeah,
man. I think they're coasting. This year has been written off.
right.
I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, especially for Raw and SmackDown. I mean, because I mean, and as we talked about before, like I watch NXT more than you do, but NXT is still keeping you interested, and just every week it's like something that you're like looking forward to. And it's just like
Well, NXT seems like an older, like to me, like when Paul Heyman was running Raw. That's what NXT seems like, and that might be maybe a little better than that. Um, I don't know,
well, I
like
just
I don't know what I want. I guess that's what I should ask. I should ask what I want from wrestling. What do I want from and it's like God, man. Yeah,
yeah,
I had it's so difficult to like not think about like Rock and Austin and I mean D-Generation X. Oh, even Godfather. even like the women's division is getting a little sloppier now too.
right.
Like the women's division like from WrestleMania till about like a month or so ago was much better, and all of a sudden now it's like whiny and slappy, and it's just like
Right.
the stories have gotten janky there too, and like what's going on?
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know, like maybe like they can't, maybe they do need to be. quicker with their feuds. But if you're gonna be quicker with them, then make them quick and powerful. Don't make them. They're dragging out a lot of these feuds, and there's no need to.
Girl, like you talking girls now?
Well, just in general altogether, but with the women, the Sasha and Bailey thing, it's just even that's starting to get old. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's difficult because on one hand we are talking about it's like you need to extend Dolph Ziggler and but on the other hand it's like this is getting too
right.
So some of them are being extended. You're right. Some of them are like Sasha and Bailey. I think like the SummerSlam is probably where it's going to come to a head. I hope. But then like Charlotte Flair's out.
Right.
What is Shirai? What's her name?
Kairi Sane.
Well, no. The Asuka's friend that just retired, or the Kairi Sane. Who's Shirai? Who am I thinking? That's NXT.
Shirai,
NXT. That's right.
Champion down there.
Yeah, Kairi Sane is out. Like, and Asuka just went to save her, so she lost her champion.
Yeah, and I was like, that was a weird thing too.
Yeah.
Especially for, I don't know. So,
dude, it feels like I'm gonna have to give him a benefit of a doubt, Big D, and say maybe this is because of coronavirus and they're writing this year off and they're just kind of like, okay, what can we do? Let's just create some. Let's just go with the craziest shit. But they end up going through a lot more people, which is also kind of like, well. Is this because are we seeing these storylines because of the way they're scheduling these? Like they're staggering schedules for these wrestlers. It's like you only get these many shows, and we're gonna film them all in like one weekend, and then you're gonna step away, and then we're gonna film somebody else. But that still doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Like why you would run like Dolph Ziggler through like that? Like that would make sense. And then what you would do to do that to Asuka.
Yeah, and the whole Asuka thing, I did not get like. I mean, I guess it's a way because that's one of the ways that Sasha Banks could win by not winning. But just for Asuka just to leave and just say forget about the belt, I'll lose it. I don't care.
But then it was so important to why would she even care about winning Money in the Bank?
Right.
Why would she be so excited? Why would she even put any if friendship means more, okay. All right, so they're just trying to build her up as a good guy, I guess, friendship means more than the title, but you just kind of made the title.
Right. And now it's made what we're saying that would be pretty cool if Sasha and Bailey are tag team champions and women's champions of each brand. So now where does that go? It's like
That's true. We did say that.
Well,
we did
yes.
we did say that. Is it just because the way the title was won
or what?
Or lost?
What's that?
Okay, it's like you're absolutely right, Big D. You are absolutely right. We did say that. It's like, how cool would that be? And it wasn't nearly as cool as we thought it would be. Well, it wasn't as cool as I thought it would be.
No, I guess we know this feud's gonna happen. There's no doubt. But it's just like how it's getting there. It's not. It's like where do we go from here? I mean, now you got. So Nikki Cross beats Alexa Bliss to get another title shot against Bailey.
Yeah.
Is there going to be something coming out of that match? I mean, even I thought after that match when Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were talking together, my head is like, all right, a split up is going to happen. A split up's going to happen pretty soon between them. Like the crack is formed. There's a little bit of jealousy maybe. Now perhaps maybe in like a month or so we're going to see like the real Nikki Cross. I don't know, but that's like it just seems like they're going to have it where nobody's beating Sasha or Bailey until they fight for themselves. But it's like, what's it going to take to? I mean, right now, I don't think it's going to happen in SummerSlam. I don't think there's enough time to really. I mean, they might have to for the ratings, like we said, like we were saying.
Well, yeah, are they going to put a champion versus champion?
Right.
And it's.
I mean, that could also lead to Survivor Series, which is coming up, where that is like a cross-brand pay-per-view. So that could be a potential landing spot for it. I just feel like there's no way you're gonna build that feud up from where it is right now to complete hate against each other. Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, it sounded kind of fun, in theory, didn't it? So they could just have all their titles.
Right,
but we did not think that was going to happen. It's like,
how?
You're like, oh shit! No. Be careful what you ask for.
I mean, I don't know. What's going to happen with Asuka now? Like, she's got to stay. She's got to stay in the feud with Sasha.
She's going to fight Dolph ZIggler.
She's going to fight Dolph Ziggler.
And Dolph Ziggler is going to lose.
The only other single woman in Raw is Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, and they're already starting a feud there. Or it's going to turn into a tag team. I don't know. So they're kind of fighting the...
They seem, all of a sudden, pretty thin. The women's division, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because it's like SmackDown has a majority of them, really. Or at least more, I think, with the tag teams. I don't know what other Raw tag team women's are there. I mean,
I don't even know at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Because on SmackDown, you got the Alexa and...
So SmackDown is a 2-hour show.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, see, the Charlotte Flair, they're missing Charlotte Flair. Rhea Ripley should be up there, man. I think.
Right. It's like, are they? I don't know. Like, are they not bringing up as much talent so that they're not sacrificing NXT, or I don't know.
Matt Riddle's been fun,
but until Corbin ruins him. Which I don't like. I don't like that feud. Oh.
Yeah,
now it just seems like we're just going down this rabbit hole of just we're going through each like story but it's just like continuation, just like I felt it.
I mean, is it? I mean, it could very well easily be us, bro. Considering that,
it's not.
It's not. I did ask for those championships, I believe. I'm like, how cool would it be if they had all the gold? I'm like, damn it. Right. But the way it happened was like, what do I want? What do I want? Like,
especially on Raw, the way that it happened on Raw, where it was like, okay, like this is the deciding factor.
Yeah, and then her friend like retires.
You win a championship by count? Like, when was the last time someone won a championship on the count out?
Yeah, that would like Vince McMahon would come to the ring, or somebody would be like, no, this Matt, this is, like, or no, that's right.
No,
Stephanie
Stephanie McMahon.
Stephanie just shows
No,
up now. Stephanie's like,
no.
we didn't see you at all, but she's gonna say something. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And then her friend retires. You're like, oh, well, you should have gotten
Right.
at least one beating before you retired.
Which they had announced that, like, I mean, I thought she was going to be done before now, but I guess they were just waiting for whatever reason. But um, yeah, it's unfortunate, a little short career that she had with WWE, but not bad. Go all the way through NXT and then main roster, tag team champions, whatnot, in 3 years. Not bad.
What happened to her? How did she get hurt?
Just I'm not sure the actual injury, but and she's been in the career, she's been in the business for a long time, so it's not like she just started. She had a really long career in New Japan, but I believe that's where she's gonna go back and just not like, maybe she might sound like a 1 day deal or something like that, where she's gonna retire as.
It's like the NFL. You go back with your old team for a one day deal.
Yeah, but and with her retiring and whatnot, I mean, that doesn't really affect too much of what's been going on as far as storylines, because there's, ever since they lost the tag team, you really didn't see too much of her, at least in an important
Yeah.
factor.
What happened to Asuka?
Until now.
Yeah, I'm wondering, dude. I'm really wondering, like, how much, like, what they have to do for the coronavirus, and what kind of nightmare that is.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of complaining. Like, what are some good things? Like, we should talk about some good things.
Well, let's see if we'll just come through the battle. Let's see. Yeah. Corbin and Matt Riddle, which no.
Okay.
The
Ah!
oh, go ahead.
Have I nothing good to say?
The triple threat match, I believe it was, or Fatal Four.
Which one?
With Shorty G, Grand Metalik. It was to fight AJ Styles for the United States Championship. I thought that was a good match.
Yeah. So Leak, right?
Yeah, Grand Metalik.
I call him Leak.
Got the win.
And took a lick.
I think that's good, because it's good for him, because he actually gets a showcase of what he can do, and I liked him more so when he was more of a singles competitor.
Well, they had an interview. Yeah, I guess afterwards, and he only spoke Spanish.
Right.
And so, like, I'm just wondering, like, well, he also had a mouthpiece. I guess his partner was his mouthpiece, but I was like, Cesaro, come on, man. Cesaro and Shinsuke, they barely speak English, but for some reason, we didn't allow either one of them to speak either Japanese or Swiss, even though Cesaro speaks 5 languages.
Right.
But I don't know. I skipped that in my when I was watching. I skipped that match. So I did not see it, but I know who won.
It was entertaining. And I think it's nice to get a new face in there. I mean, Styles is going to win. There's no doubt about that. But I think Grand Metalik could put up a decent match with him.
So we're building someone up, although I think we're breaking Matt Riddle down already.
Yeah, Corbin. I just don't. Why not? Why not keep going with Riddle and AJ Styles? Like,
and Riddle changed, man. Riddle changed too. He's I don't know. He's not as free as he was in NXT, like in his promos. Like he seems more nervous.
Right. That's probably more scripted.
Yeah. But I like this bro attitude. I liked him in NXT, dude. I loved Matt Riddle in NXT.
It's just they changed it too quick. Like,
yeah.
They had two really good matches against him and AJ Styles. Just keep that going. Like, have him just never like that
throw him
don't
up there.
give up at that he does have, and he keeps getting beat. He keeps getting closer and closer, and then he finally has that. I won the title. But no, they have to bring in Baron Corbin.
Yeah,
for what?
He called Corbin out. He's like, I don't know how things work here, but I'm gonna call you out. You're like, this is not Matt Riddle.
No, but that kick that he did on Tony Nese, that was a hell of a kick.
Were you thinking of me, Big D, with that kick? Because that dude just went bonk. And I was like, when I saw that, I was, thank you. That is how a kick should be sold, right there. You got kicked in the fucking head.
Right, he went, oh man, that was a solid kick though. Like, that was just freaking almost the kneecap right to the side of the head.
But it had weight. It looked real. It looked like it was believable. No?
Right. And he went down. He went down like,
like you would if you got kicked in the freaking head.
Right.
I mean, like, I know not all, it's not a real fight. Not all those moves are real, but it's like you get kicked in the head. Like, I know how, like, we know what would happen if you got kicked in the head. I don't know if somebody gave me a rock bottom, they would have a hard time doing it.
Oh, man.
But we believed the people's elbow, okay? Like, we get it.
Right, we somehow believed Hulk Hogan's leg job.
Oh, yeah, well.
Also, I'm going to add the Grand Metalik, the finisher. I don't like elbow drops. I don't like elbow drops as finishers. I'm just going to point that out. I don't like it, even if it's off of the middle of the rope.
Even if it's Randy Savage or Bret Hart with their elbow drop, Shawn Michaels. Yeah. Although none of those were finishers.
I just don't like. I don't know. Macho Man was.
He got up like with the two from the second rope, I think. No, he had Macho Man had his elbow drop from the third rope. Boom. Yeah. The two arm was Stone Cold. He'll get on that second rope every once in a while, like.
Bret Hart on the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bret Hart. That's right. Yeah. It wasn't Stone Cold. I think Stone Cold went on a second rope once.
Maybe.
Was it early? I just remember watching it. Like, I was like, "What's Stone Cold doing there?" Like, I've never seen him on a rope before.
His legs do not go that way.
No, it's like he didn't need to. Like, but a lot of those moves are overdone, so they don't have the weight. Like that right. They have to keep doing bigger and more extravagant.
They nicknamed him the King of the Ropes or something like that. So it makes sense for his character. I just don't like. I don't think that was enough to win the match. I don't know. That's just me.
Okay, I did not watch that match, so I will have to politely.
It was an entertaining match. I would say that.
Yeah, I was still reeling from the Matt Riddle and Burger King Corbin. Although we both talked about Burger King Corbin, being a good heel.
Yeah, great heel. Yeah, I don't know. It's just he's put in these storylines where he just doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. There's no reason. He doesn't have anything logical behind.
Yeah, he wants to
in
get
the storytelling of
he wants to get Matt Riddle out of his kingdom.
right.
That's it. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose because you're a heel. I don't know.
I think,
But
yeah.
anyway.
I mean, it just keeps bringing me back to Dolph ZIggler. If he had the championship and he's a heel, and like he's finding all these ways to cheat all these people that are trying to challenge him,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you could maintain a face that way, but I don't know. Like it just after you pointing out the Sasha thing, and like I don't know. I'm not nearly as great of a booker as I think I am.
Oh.
Which I don't think I am at all. It's just like, what do you want? What do you want to see?
Right.
I think the Miz segment, Miz and Morrison segment.
Oh yeah, with Naomi.
Naomi and Lacey Evans.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the Miz. I like Miz and Morrison.
Yeah. They're funny.
It's like we got 5 Seth Rollins pukes.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to like go back to my head of the whole thing. But
Do you think this interview was going so badly?
How sick.
Yeah.
So sick. How sick is it? And I was surprised. It's really funny that they don't usually reference anything from the other brands. And Seth Rollins puking was on Monday Night Raw, not SmackDown. So it was really I was like, oh wow, they actually brought up something just from the other brand, which I don't usually see much of.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just the whole thing with Lacey Evans, now she's back to being the Southern Belle heel. And they don't know what to do with her
characters.
You kind of have to be with Naomi. I was kind of hoping Naomi would turn heel at some point because of her storyline of, just not having that. That she just has all these lost opportunities. So I mean, it's kind of she would take that heel angle, but it's not.
I thought about this. So I know that WWE is paying attention to social media. Mm-hmm. And apparently Naomi was trending after her loss.
Right.
What if, what WWE is doing as far as their decision making has to do with what they're following through social media? Like who people want to see, what they want to see. Just kind of following the trends from social media and those metrics versus ratings,
right.
And not realizing that social media is, how do I put this politely? It's a fucking mess. Social media is not how you gauge anything.
That's almost how everything is going right now, though. It's just so discombobulated, so random. That they're just taking this week's hot trend and let's put this in the storyline, and then it's no, it doesn't work.
No, it's not logical. I mean,
they're trying it, and it's just that's not anything that we were talking about. They just don't understand. Yeah. They don't understand what the fans want.
Yeah, this is like it almost seems so schizophrenic in a way. the way it's like.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just my like kind of hunch. Because
Right.
I re-listened to Vince McMahon's podcast with Stone Cold,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Are you listening to the fans?" And he's like, "Oh, we're listening. We're
Right.
paying attention. It's like today's fan
Yeah.
is different." And it's like,
Right.
yeah, you got a whole bunch of little social butterflies or whatever. Like it's people get offended on social media by everything and anything, and it's so erratic and it's so clicky and it's so attacky and so virtuous. You know, like I haven't done anything wrong. I mean, it's not like it's not logical. Like, so if you watch something, like if you're not on social media, you're watching WWE, you're like, this doesn't make any sense. Some of these things are not making sense.
Mm.
But that's just my thinking. It's like they're like like kind of following those trends. No.
Right. Yeah. No. That's
It's a
they're following something. They're following something. They're following someone. It's who's leading is the question.
yeah. I mean, there's been I listened to. You're familiar with Vince Russo, right? Yeah, you are. Of course you are. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I don't mean to insult you.
All right.
um, but they were talking about something called a smart mark,
Okay.
and like maybe we consider ourselves as I don't know if we're smart marks. I wouldn't consider. I would just consider myself a mark. Like, cause I mean, at the end of the day, look at like I wanted to see Sasha Banks and Bailey both with both championships, and now I'm like, yeah, that wasn't a good idea. No, I'm great. I'm so excited that
So,
happened because
right, but it's like that the way that they're gonna like, it's just not. It's just you can already tell it's not gonna go down the way that you want it to or envisioned it as like the best way to go down.
no, I guess not. But it's like um, I,
The only thing I can see that's gonna happen with that is one of them is gonna make the other one lose the title. Now, whether or not that happens at SummerSlam, and then it leads up to Survivor Series, or because in the meet, well, unless it happens this Friday night, tomorrow night, Nikki Cross takes on Bailey. Oh no, wait, is that that's next week or this week?
that maybe well, I mean, hopefully they unravel that. But I think it's cool just to watch them, like just have all this gold and also being blingy to begin with.
Yeah. I don't mind that they have it. It's just the way that Sasha got it. It really, it really just gave. It just lost. I mean, Asuka just lost a lot of momentum. I mean, especially being a champion. Um, Again, within 2 weeks, she's gone.
Yeah, so like if they start this unraveling of Sasha Banks and Bailey,
Mhm.
why even have Sasha win?
Right, right. That's why I think it's going to go for a while. Um, now,
Dude, I get it. Like I'm
um,
seeing it right now, Big D. I'm seeing it.
but
Like, well, first of all, I don't think I'm fully logical. Secondly, I I am trying to put logic in there.
yeah, because that's like you got to figure out like what are they going to do with Asuka? Like, you can't just have her keep going for the title again and not winning. They're not going. They're not right now. As of right now, I mean, unless something happens between Bailey and her, she's not going to lose that title. Um, yeah, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler feuding together. So who else is there?
Yeah, that was sloppy.
Well, yeah. I got no interest in
That
that.
was sloppy.
They had their time before. Um, yeah, I don't know.
That was sloppy.
Yeah, you got the two people that probably have the most complaints about their ability in the ring of being professional and safe. They actually cause injuries that they shouldn't. So you might see them both take each other out. And now then you'll only have two females on Raw.
That's right.
So I don't know. I know they have the well, I think it's not until October though, the draft, where they will be shaking up the rosters in October. So we still got 2 months till then. So.
Yeah, I guess you have to plan for that too. We're gonna start drafting. Like I'm gonna forget like my favorite people. They're not even there.
Right. Exactly. All our favorite people are gonna lose all their momentum, all their power. They're just gonna be written off in our heads.
That's right. I'm gonna draft everybody to Raw.
Man, I can't wait for Royal Rumble when everyone returns. every entrant is gonna be a surprise entrant.
That would be great. It's like way to like just blow everybody's wad at once.
So I think the only thing that we didn't touch on was the Raw Tag Team Champions, which Garza and Andrade won the triple threat match to fight the Street Profits at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but didn't Garza and Andrade have issues a little bit?
Yeah, I think they still will, or they're just gonna completely forget about that. Just say, just kidding.
But that's what's insulting sometimes a little bit,
Right. I mean, obviously they're not gonna have the Viking Raiders. Although it would have been nice to actually have some Street Profit Viking Raider matches because they both are really good tag teams and probably put a hell of a match together.
Oh, Street Profits are entertaining, dude. Street Profits are entertaining to watch.
They are very much. I think the whole, whatever you can do, I can do better thing. That was a waste of a lot of time. It was a wait, and then the whole cinematic match or whatever it was, that was a waste of time. And they just didn't really showcase either team very much. We even questioned when the last time Street Profits fought, or when they defended the title. Really, same thing goes with the Viking Raiders, but they've kind of been fighting.
They've just kind of appearing randomly, like with other matches.
Right. Like they appeared in the in this Rollins Mysterio, and that whatever. But then Ricochet and Alexander, it's just that's just a sad tag team to watch. Both great talent, but just
yeah. Well, you had the Mustafa Ali thing.
Yeah, with the
MVP.
Ashley and MVP and Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, it's like Mustafa Ali showed up and he's already forgotten.
He's so forgotten that he doesn't show up on the Hulu restreams.
Oh. No.
That's actually how I watched SmackDown when he came back, and I didn't see it.
Oh no, he came back on Raw.
Or whatever, Raw.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
I know what you meant.
But yeah, no, they didn't show it, so I had no idea until a couple days after, or whatever, that he had even come back. Yeah.
It's sad. It's a little sad. Should we? I mean, like, we're at minute 28 or hour 28, and we already kind of got over almost all of the stuff we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I think the only thing that we didn't that I know maybe you mentioned earlier was
Dominic. Oh,
Cesaro and
Shinsuke.
Nakamura. Yeah.
Okay.
The new SmackDown tag team champion.
We're so excited for them to win it. But it's the same shit is happening, man. Like, they're writing for them. It was funny. Nakamura was funny. But, just close your eyes and listen to their interview. And it's like, it's basically like this. We're going to kick your ass. It's like, like they finished. It's like these people are reading lines. And I will not take it I will not take that for Cesaro. I didn't really watch much Nakamura. Nakamura was great from what I heard. And they are being utilized like two freaking jokes. So that upsets me. I'm glad that they have something. They have a championship, and they seem like an unlikely pair.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem a little. I don't know. I like their cockiness, I guess. And some joke lines there, but I could tell it's like, come on, these are like two stars. They could be up there with Drew McIntyre. They could be up there with Randy Orton.
Exactly. I mean, Cesaro Nakamura feud, like that'd be great.
Yeah.
Like to watch some one-on-one matches.
And Cesaro lifting up like people way bigger than him. That was his thing, man. He was strong. He was a strong man.
I haven't seen a Cesaro swing done in probably like a year, where he just swings the guy around and around in the middle of the ring about 30 times.
Yeah, I mean, there's like he's saving himself, I guess.
There's nothing that's like proving that he is pound for pound the strongest man in that locker room, which he is. Yeah. I don't know. So many things that are just...
It's just mind, like, I don't know. It's baffling. Right. It is baffling.
It's just like this. This is like when you, like, coming into this, you're like, oh yeah, we should talk about this. Like, and then like it's like by the time we like, it's like realization hits. And it's just like, wait. I just tricked my mind, and now I just woke up. And, like, oh wait, no, this is what's going on, and that's why I'm gonna regret even thinking that is a good idea.
It might be time to start watching something else. Like, if we're paying for the network, there's other pay-per-views to watch.
It's true. We'll just start watching we'll just start from the beginning.
Yeah, watch some.
Or at least WrestleMania 3.
Oh, WrestleMania 3. Was that WrestleMania 3? Was that with Mr. T?
I don't think. Well, 1, 2. I don't think he was in 3. I think he was only in 1 and 2.
I guess
because 1 was.
I don't remember these things as much as I should. Once again, Mark. Hello.
1. Then him and Hogan teamed up, I think, in WrestleMania 2. I don't know.
Dude.
Well, WrestleMania 3 was the Savage and Steamboat match. One of the greatest matches of all time.
Maybe we should do a watch along for one of the greatest matches. Like Randy and Edge.
Right.
I was waiting for that little laugh.
Because you snuck that one in. You snuck that one. I was just like, yep, wait.
wait. I'm just seeing if you. I'm just seeing if you're awake now. If you're a little
Might as
less
well-
numb.
Yeah. A Duke the Dumpster Drozy versus Mantar match.
Oh God.
Or Bastion Booger.
Oh,
Let's go, Best.
Isaac Yankem.
Oh, man.
That's what this feels like. That's what like this de-evolution feels like. It's like we're going there.
Right.
It's like we're going back there. It's like we're gonna have these ha 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 heels and these.
Back then, it was still like it was entertainment. Right? Well, I mean that. But again, we always go back to that's the entertainment.
That's the entertainment.
So right. So we're going back to like that, but it's not even good.
Yeah, that's not entertainment anymore.
Back then, you had all these gimmicks and the entertainment, but at least it was entertaining. Like it might not have been nowhere near the best matches or anything, or even good matches at that. But
So with that logic, then with that way of thinking, man. What about
Right.
like then I have to admit I was actually entertained by the Jeff Hardy match. Does that make sense? Like I was entertained. Like how I like Burger King Corbin as a heel. That's how I like
Right.
the Jeff Hardy match. It's like I thought it was funny.
No, I don't know. 'Cause I don't think I even. Because actually, I had to go back and see how I missed how Jeff Hardy got his face paint put on. So like I wasn't paying attention. It was either that or I dozed off. I don't know. But I had to go back and see how he had face paint on. Because I actually questioned myself. I'm like, wait, he didn't start with face paint on, right? Did he? So I actually had to go back. Yeah, that did not. There wasn't a triple threat or the fatal 4-way match or whatever for the fight AJ Styles. I was entertained by that. The tag team match on Raw, I was entertained. What else?
Matt Riddle.
No, I wasn't entertained.
I wasn't entertained. I don't know, man. I feel like we should give WWE more, just bigger. I don't know. We
shouldn't give them anything. I don't think we're already giving them $9.99.
That is true. That is true. We give them every month. I got.
We could just get the free preview, but
Well, yeah, we won't get the watch-alongs because
we choose.
that's our bread and butter. The watch-alongs.
No, I don't even know what you get with the free app now. Might have to log in.
Just to see it, because it's like, what if I can just have this? You're like, all right, this might be enough.
The only thing that you wouldn't have would be
Pay-per-views,
pay-per-view.
yeah. Well, that would just pay-per-view. We're still gonna we're in this. We're in this train wreck together.
Oh my god, this is the first time like I'm actually like I was not even really. I mean, not realistically, but even though the joke of questioning, why do I have the network? Why am I paying it? This is the first time.
Oh no.
I just even like jokingly thought that. It's funny.
Well, yeah, I see what you mean. I was gonna say there's more. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, we should Okay, so I am definitely thinking about watching more NXT now because of this, because of what's happening on Raw and SmackDown. Yeah.
I by far would recommend it. I actually had that on in the background. And although my full attention wasn't on it per se, I just had something on in the background, but it it was entertaining. It was more entertaining watching that, not really paying attention to it at all, really. And it was still more entertaining than Raw and SmackDown combined.
Because
I
Keith Lee, to me, like he's kind of like that baby face that you're just like, all right.
now the feud that he has coming up with Killian Cross.
But that Croatian guy was fighting Karrion Kross recently, wasn't he? Because I kind of glanced over that. Dijakovic?
Oh yes, because he was fighting Keith Lee, and him had fought. He gave Djokovic. I don't know, that's not the right name, is it? Djokovic?
That's a tennis player, bro. And he's
I
Serbian.
know.
Those people are going to kill you.
I just
I think it's Dijakovic.
But
I'll tell you how it's said in Croatian, if you want to hear it.
Just have that feud with him, and we pretty much destroyed him to get to. Now all his focus is all the way on Keith Lee, and that's going to be a good match. Not sure where that's going to lead to, because they're really, really, really pushing Killian Cross up, which they should. They push everybody, like everyone on that roster. It's good. And they have storylines that they're just constantly. It's evolving every week. It's not getting stale. It's not, that's 2 hours. It's SmackDown. It's 2 hours. They fit in a Fatal 4 women's title match, a triple threat match to become to be moved on into the tournament for the American title. Awesome promos. It was just like this. I'm gonna rewatch it again. But like I said, just having it on in the background, and I was more entertained on SmackDown together.
So, where do you watch? I'll ask you this offline. I was gonna say, like, we should watch something else, like, because like Raw and SmackDown right now are becoming just this, like, let's just watch the highlights, and
Right.
if there's anything entertaining, see the, like, whatever, like, check Hulu, fast forward to where you need to be.
Even what they have on YouTube, the top 10.
Yeah.
The top 10 moments of Raw and SmackDown. Like that's all you really need.
That's where it's at. That's where it's getting to, man.
So,
and I can't believe it. I can't believe I used to.
4.5 minutes.
That's right.
That's a better experience than watching 9 minutes of your time is way better than 5 hours of your time.
But NXT, like, I think our next, if you want to do next podcast, I'll catch up on some NXT.
Yeah, I mean,
and also, like, I don't know if
because they have a pay-per-view coming up for themselves fairly soon.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that watch along.
Because I mean, from In Your House. What happened in Your House? Was that one? No.
That was the one with Gargano.
Yeah, and Keith Lee. Keith Lee won. Yeah, it was the Great American Bash.
Yeah, why that match went even that long?
Right. Yeah, no, but then it's like, what I noticed was that there's these wrestlers down in NXT that they should have already been brought up.
But they're staying.
So it's like,
are they really trying to keep NXT that strong and sacrifice Raw and SmackDown right now, because they know that Raw and SmackDown's not going to really go anywhere? I don't know. Like, it's because like there's people I think of like Undisputed Era. None of them have titles anymore, so that would be the perfect time to bring them up as a faction up to Raw or SmackDown. But now they've continued a new feud.
I think they're trying to build up all three brands, no?
Well, yeah, but I mean, but they're not really without integrating NXT into Raw and SmackDown. Then that's not really going to do anything. I mean, I don't know.
Well, where's
They tried to do that with
NXT televised?
Wednesday nights on USA.
Okay.
Wednesday nights on USA, and then it's on the WWE Network the day after.
See, that's yeah. Dude, I really think that WWE is just milking these TV contracts as long as they can and getting as much money as they can, and they're really, really building up their Netflix, if you will. You know, their live shows, and they're not going to be on networks for that much longer because more and more people are cutting the cord, more now than ever. More like a lot of people don't even have TV, and it's like, what do we do? It's like we're Huluing it.
It's like they've been known for so long of that, like live, you know, Raw is live. And it's always been live every week. So then, I mean, but then
they can go live online.
Right. Well, no, yeah. Well, like as far as like they could also do the recording thing and then have it, shown. I don't know, because like that's how Lucha Underground was. Even like NWA or NWA. That's pre-recorded. Like they do a bunch of shows in like a week, or 2 weeks, and they split it amongst over months.
They also don't have like 5 hours.
But I think it's just true. I think WWE is just so big that social media would just.
Yeah, just on YouTube alone, I think they have like 55 million or 54.5 million people.
Right.
Like why? Like why would they even consider like USA Network or Fox?
Well, even going to Fox, I don't really think has helped them much. That's been almost a year now that they've been on Fox. SmackDown's been on Fox. It's October of last year.
I really, I think that's where they're.
That too, because cable television is being fizzled out. So maybe they are.
Yep. Excuse me 1 second. All right, I'm back. You might have heard the sound effects. Somebody came in to say hello.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I think the only thing that really hit.
I'm down to watch some NXT with you, man.
Oh no, where'd you go? Oh,
I'm right back. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Now it makes sense. Sorry. We're on a little bit of delay, people. I apologize.
That's how it is, though. I get that now that we are live on YouTube.
We're slightly in delay. I am smiling like you probably watching me on YouTube because Big D can't really see me like live, like in real time.
I got YouTube down here in front of me, so I can at least talk to you. I mean, it just always seems when I'm talking to you, you're talking at me, but.
Sorry, man.
But,
I'm not trying to. Well, obviously, seems like yeah.
I think the only thing that we just didn't really talk about was Bray Wyatt and Strowman.
Here we go. The main event of the evening.
Just the straight off of the title of this week's broadcast. Yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let you go off.
I'm not gonna go off. I'm gonna go on.
Go on. I'm always interested in.
He's awakened. I'm still trying to figure out whether that was Strowman or that was Bray Wyatt. I'm sure it's Strowman. I hope it's Strowman, or I mean the Fiend, but I hope it's Strowman. It was nice to see Firefly Funhouse again. I think that's, for me, is one of the main reasons I even watch. I'm trying to think of other things outside of the women's division, and you know, I mean, of course, they're good-looking women, all that, great, you know, but it's just their wrestling. Like, their matches were a little more believable to me, but that's going away too. So the Fiend is really like, yeah, and Big D can attest to this, that I am worried about the Fiend. I worry about the Fiend.
You're worried about the Fiend, but you want it to be Strowman, not the Fiend.
I want it to be Strowman. Yes, I want it to be Strowman. No. I'm hoping the Fiend, we saw the Fiend, so he is back, at least in some capacity. So I know he's back because before that swamp fight, I was texting you and saying, I don't know if the Fiend's going to be back, bro. I don't know if they're going to do anything with the Fiend. So he was back. I was excited about that. I'm excited about how Strowman comes back.
Yes.
I hope they don't overcomplicate it and just bring the beast and you're just going through people. Because if you're going to have people lose, you might as well go through them.
Right. And yeah.
And so maybe he won't even be back. I don't know. But I am the Firefly Funhouse was good. It just seems like a totally different show than the rest of the SmackDown,
right.
If that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
So it's a little surreal.
They just have whatever night. Let's say we'll do Thursday nights or Tuesday nights. Just Firefly Funhouse.
And just talk about it.
Yeah, no, it'll just be like his own show.
That's right.
It'll just be his own show.
That's right.
His own show, his own storylines with whatever wrestlers, and
that's right.
Yeah. He deserves his own channel.
He does.
His own network.
He does. He could make little vignettes. They can make vignettes, like all these cinematic vignettes with every wrestler, and you can make them whatever the fuck you want because it makes sense in that context.
Exactly. And you can make out like little half-hour, like 30-minute short films.
Yeah.
You're talking about a guy that's like, he's going into Hollywood. He's already doing it right now. Like he's I think that's what, maybe that's what he's working on. Can you imagine like a Fiend horror movie? Like,
yeah, it's called WWE.
like they did with Kane.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to be funny there, but it didn't work.
Oh, no, it's...
what was that? No Evil?
See No
Evil, yeah.
It was decent. I didn't mind it. I don't know. I didn't see this.
I haven't really watched it.
I didn't see it. But, actually, I bought that movie on DVD, actually.
I wonder if WWE Network has it. That would be funny. I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Like, well, they should own the rights, right? Don't they own some rights to that?
They should, but I don't think they have any movies on there. Like, they should have like Suburban Commando and.
I'm trying to watch all the Marines with John Cena. That's like.
Don't forget all the ones.
The Chaperone. The Chaperone. Have you seen that with Triple H?
Yes, yes. The Rock had some early. The Rock doesn't really count to a certain point.
Yeah, The Rock had the Tooth Fairy, but whatever. The Rock could pull it off. The Rock can pull off anything. But that's like, can you imagine just like that? That's what WWE wants. It seems like they want those kind of like they want an actor and a character and a wrestler.
Right.
You're like,
Oh, perhaps Bray Wyatt. Maybe this is partially Bray Wyatt's fault because he's done such a good job at this even prior to this whole COVID thing. And it's like he was like almost like predicting the future, and he's been perfectly fine with it. I mean, as far as he's not wrestling as much, but his stories are still being told in a way that you're not losing interest in it too much. I mean, I'm sure people have, and you're all going to have your disagreements and whatnot, but he's still going strong out of all that's been going on. We'll go on because we're about at that mark right now, but you're getting the Fiend versus Strowman at SummerSlam.
you think so?
Yeah. And I think that's where Strowman, because he's going to have to let him in at some point. At some point, the Fiend is going to get let in. And that's when the complete return of the monster among men, the black sheep, will come into play. I'm really interested in. I'm really interested to see the next time we see Braun Strowman. And there's still like that doubt of, are we going to see him in time? Like, what's he going to come back as? Like just like John Cena. No, we haven't seen John Cena at all. Are we ever going to see John Cena? Obviously, we're going to see Braun Strowman again. It's just a matter of in what kind of state are we going to see him? Is he going to come back and he doesn't know what happened, or is it that snake bite that we saw what he saw because he was poisoned, kind of thing. Are we next time we see him, is he still gonna be in that chair? Everything that happened beyond that during pay-per-view was all just a hallucination, and perhaps maybe that's how he let the Fiend in already.
Yeah, that was like otherwise, why even record that he got bit by a snake? Like that.
Right.
I
really think
But you also have to take into account that there was a dude that just randomly got burned. Like you saw his face and everything, and he was definitely random.
Now, was that before or after?
I think that was after.
Right. It's like, now this is where maybe I'll finally go back and rewatch it now, because I kind of just ran. I kind of went on like a little rant right there, but now whoa, like am I saying things like I didn't really think about before? Like I until just now, I didn't think about that snake bite, and having that be that area of when Strowman had let the Fiend in, and maybe that's why the Fiend showed up, was because he let him in. Because if he hadn't let him in and he wouldn't have shown up, that could be one thing with Bray Wyatt talking to the Lantern of the old Bray Wyatt, which I love that Lantern, and saying like, you're done, you had your chance, or you had your time. Now it's his time. That's where we're gonna get the Fiend. So, but then again, maybe, but then like you said, maybe he is talking about Strowman, and that he's already let the Fiend in.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me for them to fight because one of them is gonna get like depreciated. If whoever
Right.
loses,
It's kinda
yeah, like it's and even if none of them lose or if they have like a no contest match or whatever, like nobody loses, they can't defeat each other and they just knock each other out or they like whatever. Still, like
at this moment, we would love to see the Fiend versus Strowman. But then if it happens, I'm like, oh man, I really kind of wish it didn't happen, kind of thing. So I'm like, I don't know.
it doesn't need to happen if Strowman has already changed.
We should just started with this, and
We'll keep going. Let's keep talking about it.
this start. Like, let's just start. It's already more entertaining than
Yeah.
everything. It's like we're not talking like we're depressed. But
Dolph ZIggler. Ah!
no, it's like when you said like is it Bray Wyatt or is it Strowman? In my mind, I'm going, what are you talking about? He's obviously talking about the Fiend.
Yeah, but yeah, it seems like it.
Because that's what I like. That's what I want, obviously. Perhaps Bray Wyatt's or maybe the circle is only like pretty much. Maybe he already completed that circle of that story, and now Strowman will come back as. I mean, still. I mean, who knows? Yeah, we don't know where.
What he comes back as is going to be
right.
ideal. Like, what would you like to see? Like, would you actually like to see him fight? Because I don't. It's like seeing an immovable object fight irresistible force. Yeah.
Right. It's like now the more I think about it, it's like. I mean, that's where I'm gonna go back and watch the swamp fight again because maybe that was the completion of the feud.
That's what it seemed like to me.
Right. No, but it's like the more that I think about it,
he just unleashes it.
That could be very well.
He just now Strowman's going to get unleashed, and the Fiend is off to other things, which is not going to be Randy Orton.
No.
But if the Fiend comes back against Strowman for the Universal Championship, then I'm going to be like, oh, don't go there. Don't like the Fiend doesn't need a title. Yeah, I'm always there. I'm like the Fiend doesn't need a title.
This is where I think that
there's not many.
Orton's gonna get the title soon. I think he's gonna be the one that beats McIntyre, and that might be where we get perhaps Wyatt on Raw again, maybe at the draft or something, because Orton was the one that took the title away from Bray Wyatt in the first place. Orton's done the most damage to Bray Wyatt. He's the heat, and like that. That's like the biggest feud that everyone's like mouth watering over. Strowman was one, but not as big as Orton. There's been talks of Hardy and Wyatt, perhaps just because of the feud with Matt Hardy. And also like Jeff Hardy's alternate character or alter ego. I can't think of his name right now. No.
Jeff Hardy. I thought you were talking about Matt Hardy for a second. Jeff Hardy. Brother Nero.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Nero. And like that's where maybe that's where they're leaning towards with Hardy and his eyes and mask. I don't know. And then they always wanted Nero versus the Fiend type match, but I don't think that deserves anything.
No, the Fiend is gonna like mop him up.
Right, but beyond that, it's like, okay, so now if that doesn't happen, the Fiend and Bray Wyatt, they have to be on SummerSlam. There's no I can't see them not being on SummerSlam. So is it like I don't know. Then that's what's really weighing so heavy on that it's good that they are going to fight each other. And
yeah, but they're only gonna have like what 2 weeks to build it up, unless something happens tomorrow.
Right, which it would have to happen. Something would have to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. So there you go. Something that'll actually, like, why I would want to watch SmackDown is not the whole SmackDown, but I want to check Shinsuke and Cesaro just because I dig them. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, I'm just waiting until the end of the show.
Right.
I just don't think, like, for me, The Fiend, I don't think that he needs to win anything. He's like the agent of change, if you will. Like, he's kind of like, nobody goes through The Fiend, except maybe Goldberg. But nobody goes through The Fiend, and The Fiend changes people. So he, like, if it's time for a character to shift, you get like at least 4 weeks of a feud with The Fiend, with Bray Wyatt. You get 4 weeks. You only see The Fiend once, maybe once or twice. You know, not a whole lot happens. But he never loses. To me, The Fiend should never lose. You have a character here once again. You have a character here that, like, there's not a lot of things I freaking know or I'm even sure of, man. Like, just listen to our podcast. Like, I'm all over the fucking place. But as far as The Fiend goes, he doesn't need the title. He doesn't need any accolades. He's there to mess with you psychologically. He's there to switch whoever character that is. You know, like if like Drew McIntyre against The Fiend after he loses to Randy Orton, maybe a good time to turn him heel. Or, you know, like, you know that The Fiend is actually going to beat him, but he's going to do it in a way where he psychologically gets to them, and then he beats them.
Right. Well, it's like, you know, did that already happen? Like, that's the thing. Did that already happen? Like, we don't know.
Well, what happened? Like, so, you want to talk about, like, that was a baptism of Strowman.
Right.
I mean, literal baptism. Like, he got taken into the red waters, man. Come on. Right. He's not coming out of that like, oh, what happened? He just woke up. If he just wakes up on the side of the swamp, just like, oh, what happened? Was that a bad dream? Oh my God.
Oh no, there's definitely a change. I mean, but hey, we got 24 days.
They should just unveil him. They just unveil him. Just unveil him. He just shows up and wreaks havoc, and The Fiend has nothing to do with him. The Fiend doesn't need an agent. The Fiend doesn't need anybody to do his, like, dirty laundry.
He's completed his circles with everyone else, and he's moved on. He doesn't need them anymore.
No. But that would preserve both of their, so, like, the match, like, in that sense, the swamp fight was great. Because it didn't take away from Strowman. I don't know why whatever. It didn't take away from him. It didn't make him weaker or overpowering. It didn't take away from Bray Wyatt. And it still was transformative for Strowman to come back as something else. Right. In that sense, it was done good. Like, we can talk about the production, which I bitched about in our last podcast. Like some things are just unnecessary. Like there's a boom mic. Come on. And like I hope they follow up. Like I'm not sure if they're probably not gonna do anything but Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I don't think nothing will come from that. I don't think.
Like that was just kind of like maybe that's what the snake bite was. I'm afraid.
Hey, that's where I think like that's where it was like Braun Strowman's thoughts. That was inside of his brain, or just things that were, he got. He's just like Strowman or Wyatt created like the hallucinations or whatever.
But that's what he does. Look what he did with John Cena.
Exactly. So it's like, is that So that begs the question of, has Strowman already let him in? And I think it's a very confident answer that he has. And we already seen that. Maybe I just realized that, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later almost. Well, that's what it's all about with Wyatt. You don't know, and you could think about it one way in 1 week and think something else the next week, and then now I'm thinking this, and then next week I might be completely different. He just makes us all crazy and bipolar, and just all
Well, like I am. Okay. I am so nervous about the Fiend, which means that's like.
Are you still nervous?
I'm nervous, dude. There's no way. Like the thing is, I already have preconceived notions as to how I would handle the Fiend, and I'm pretty sure about it. Which means that if Vince McMahon and them folk, that they're pretty sure about it too, and you're gonna see the Fiend show up with some ninjas. I mean, I am scared. And it's like, why? It's just wrestling. Why are you scared? Like, what the hell? Like grow up. But I tell you what, I really feel like the Fiend could save WWE from itself.
Right. And that's where, like, we need to see him more.
Just a little bit more, yeah.
Like,
just
in the ring, like, there at the Performance Center. We need an attack. We need something physical that we can actually see, and not just pre-recorded theatrical stuff.
That could something good can happen on. Well, he doesn't need to show up on this SmackDown. Actually, it could be Strowman. Strowman on this SmackDown would be great just to see shit, what happened to this guy?
Right. Something Strowman has to have he has to show up somehow.
Yeah, but he needs his own separate reason. That's what bothers me. He needs his own separate reason, like to go after whoever. Maybe he goes after Jeff Hardy, which I don't know.
Right.
Jeff. Okay.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, he needs his own. Cut the whole tie with the Fiend and Bray Wyatt.
He's unleashed him now. Like, let him do his thing.
It's like how Bray Wyatt has warned us. He's like, yeah, told you. He's unleashed. It's not me. It's not the Fiend. Like, he's like, he still ends up like the good guy as far as he's not the one destroying everything now. But I mean.
You don't need the Fiend. You could have the Fiend show up on Raw.
And that's the thing is that they do have a thing in their whatever that they can appear on the other brand 2 or 3 times a year or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's.
So that they put that in like a whatever.
There's my frustration with that. It's like, why? Like, I get 2 separate.
The thing is, though, is that they haven't really put that into play too much, except for the women. That's the only thing, which makes sense because the women's division is a lot smaller. So why not have that? Same thing with the tag teams. I wouldn't mind if tag teams were on both Raw and SmackDown. Just you gotta eliminate the 2 titles of each, but that's a whole other thing.
I just think it's appropriate that you're in a rocking chair. There it is. There he is.
Slowly.
Like this is what happened to Strowman.
Yeah.
He's in a rocking chair right now, just waiting for people.
Oh man.
But you're gonna have like Strowman is so strong, like there's no one that could stand up to him, and now you have him. You can have him as a heel, and that's great. But you can't put the Fiend against him, because then it's like what?
Right. No, that's I like. Yeah, it's true. Because being a mark of the Fiend as much as I am of the Fiend, like no, it has to be the Fiend. Like he has to fight Strowman. Like it has to happen. But yeah, no.
Who's the Fiend gonna fight at SummerSlam if it's not Strowman? Nobody. He doesn't have anyone to fight at SummerSlam.
No. So that's just
But he could interfere. He could start some shit with somebody at SummerSlam.
Right. And I'm just trying to think of like
who would that be?
Right now, yeah.
Well, we don't really know the full SummerSlam card by any means, do we?
No. We don't know any.
And that's a good thing.
Except for just the tag match right now. With Andrade and Garza versus Street Profits. You know that's happening at Survivor Series or SummerSlam.
And Randy and Drew.
Randy and McIntyre. Yeah, those are the only ones that are confirmed. So yes, there's a lot to fill up in the next 3 weeks.
Oh man, look at him rocking in his chair.
Funny thing is, I don't even look at myself, so I don't even notice.
Well, now it's more obvious. Now everybody's watching.
I guess that really brings us to the end. I mean, we gotta wait and see what happens tomorrow on SmackDown, and as far as the Fiend and Strowman go, or Bray Wyatt and Strowman.
Yeah, we'll see if you're gonna get your wish.
Yeah, I don't really know what my wish is now. I don't know, but at least I'm looking forward to something.
Yeah, I'm too, man. I'm excited about this, and it's everything else is kind of like, especially after like Charlotte Flair left. I'm like, gosh.
Right.
Like I was hoping ZIggler.
Like even like Rhea Ripley, they're holding her down on NXT with. She went through a really stupid feud, and then now she's really not anywhere, but she's still on NXT.
Yeah, come on, man. She did so good at WrestleMania.
Right. That's why it seems like they're really holding down the fort at NXT, and I mean NXT is flourishing as far as what they're putting out. Their ratings are obviously lower just because it's not Raw and SmackDown.
But, I wonder. Yeah,
it's just really enjoyable.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I'm excited about the Fiend though, like the development.
Yeah, no, I wish we could just fast forward exactly 24 hours because
we might have to reconvene.
10 minutes.
Like tomorrow evening, just for that.
Yeah, maybe.
To either to air our excitement or air our grievances.
Right.
Okay. Well, I don't have cable, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to Hulu that. But I'm sure that segment will be up somewhere where I can see it.
Usually, right. Yeah.
Which is another reason why I think that ultimately, like, they're holding the fort down, and things are just kind of like, we're gonna try to do our best for this year, because this whole year is gonna be a crapshoot, man, with COVID. It's really not gonna be when are they gonna have audiences this year? It's not gonna fucking happen.
Right. I mean, they could at least do, like, baseball's back. I've been watching some baseball this week since it's been back.
Yeah, but you got the what are the Tampa Bay? Is it
No, the Miami.
Miami? I don't know that many baseball teams. So. Hurricanes.
Well, 10 or 12 of them got COVID.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking?
Yeah. So they can't play.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, as far as, like, their fans, I don't know if you've seen any of it.
Oh yeah. They have like cutouts.
The cardboard cutouts,
Yeah.
and then the over their sound system, they have fans cheering and clapping, and like it actually sounds like there's people there, which I love. I don't like. It's really, you're not really not missing much. It really is. Like, just watching the game, I'm just as entertained by it.
Yeah, I watched the Yankees
I
play
baseball.
like last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like,
It's
is
just
that a
like,
crowd?
it's-
Wait a minute, is it the crowd noise?
They had one. Anyways, yeah. But that'd be cool if, like, they had something like that. I mean, they can't. I mean, but they could. I don't know. As far as, I don't know how that would work
With
out.
WWE, didn't they? They were piping the crowd, and people were. I guess we're pretty. I am pretty critical of the WWE, but it's because I'm a big fan. Like, I don't want it to go away, and I feel like it's like, you can tell that, like, okay, there's a lot going on because of COVID-19, but there's just some just ridiculousness going on too, which is like, like, this is no longer the 80s, man. This is no longer the the era of I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe you should come back. I don't know. But the 80s ninjas really threw me for a loop, man. I swear. But is it... I don't know. There's something about WWE that it's like going in the wrong direction. Right. And I want to say Vince McMahon, but I don't know Vince McMahon. I just know what everyone else says, and I know, like, what the product used to be before. Or somewhat know what the product is. So I don't know, man. Like, I've been pretty critical of them, but they would pipe, like, if they pipe noise, I'm sure I'd be the one to say, like, dude, they're piping the noise now.
Right.
But, like, what irritates me more, I guess, is the fact that, like, they have chants that don't make sense. Like, no fans are ever gonna chant what they're chanting. And maybe I should come up with an example, but I just remember hearing, like, I'm gonna shut up because I don't remember it right now. I just remember going, like, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it, like that. Like, you can't chant that. You can't repeat that. It doesn't sound right.
Right.
But they're, like, booing and all that. It's like they're being told who to boo, and it's like, oh my god, it's like so controlled. But once again, I'm complaining, like, and the Fiend has been the bright spot, you know.
Yeah, he's in the brightest spot, but he's hardly even there.
Yeah, see? But that's a good thing for them, because they need to stretch that out. And what's keeping me coming is the damn Fiend. I'm like, what are they doing, Big D? They're going to kill the Fiend, bro. Like, don't kill the Fiend.
Now it's like if they start teasing that, pop him on Raw, just like one time, and then now you're like, shoot, now I have to watch both Raw and SmackDown because the Fiend might be on, or Wyatt might be on Raw or SmackDown. It's like the Bray Wyatt Wars or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you're the one who...
I mean...
Yeah, but dude, you're the one who posed the whole... I don't mean to talk over you, dude. If you need to say something, I'm talking, just keep going, dude.
Nope, not at all.
No, because I know you can't see me, so it might be a little bit of a delay for you. Oh. But you mentioned something that you weren't sure if it was when the Fiend appeared in the like whatever that 30-foot thing that Elias fell from. Remember, like right before WrestleMania?
Right.
Yeah, you were talking about like, hey, could the Fiend and Bray Wyatt be in two different places at the same time?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
saying, just saying. You could have a Firefly Funhouse.
Like just oh man, just imagine that. Like what I would oh man.
But like it doesn't even matter. They don't even have to because Raw's on Monday, SmackDown's on Friday.
Right. Right. No, that's true. But I mean, oh man, I just got like all of a sudden, Randy Orton going for his RKO on McIntyre, and
The
then
lights go off.
Fiend shows up and then just disappears, and then that's how McIntyre still wins. No,
But that would undervalue McIntyre, who is one loss away.
just no. I was just feeding into my. Start drooling here. Now I'm just hungry.
Oh, we're hungry for some Fiend. Some Fiend sandwiches. As he rocks in his chair. That is so cool. I gotta find a different location. No, this is good. Like I'm super bright over here and you're super dark right there. This is perfect.
Well, I'm rocking away right there.
That's right. There he is. I'm tired. It is a trip to see me so delayed.
It's just these like lamp, like the I don't know. I just don't know why it's so dark, but it's the lampshades.
Oh, it looks great, bro. It looks great. No, you put that back. Yeah, like mood lighting.
But
I think it's fantastic.
so I think that sums up our this week's episode.
Yeah.
Again, we're left with a lot of questions, and we probably won't get many answered this week. But yeah, so looking forward to tomorrow. The Fiend, get Cesaro and Shinsuke. Nikki Cross and Bailey title match tomorrow. The ever continuing King Corbin and Matt Riddle.
Burger King Corbin.
And,
if they dressed him up like royalty, it would be perfect. If they actually put some money in his costume.
He just took that whole Beastmaster mode.
Game of Thrones. That's what they're going for, and it's a joke because it's like even that stick looks like a fake wand. Like, come on.
Yeah, and they've made a joke, so it's like once they made a joke about it right off the bat, it's like he had to keep it just to piss people off.
Well, that is true. That is absolutely true because he does annoy people, but
once you have that effect on people, and it fits your character, like it fits the hate that he needs, and you're gonna keep.
It is a legit hate. I mean, he is legit like one of the best heels there. Yeah. I don't know who else is like Dolph ZIggler is a heel, but he's more of a classic heel.
Now he's a buried heel.
Well, yeah, there's only so many times that like a heel, like I don't know. Ric Flair lost a lot, but he still managed to be Ric Flair.
Yeah, exactly. Because no matter what, people are gonna woo with him. So.
Yeah, what does Dolph ZIggler have? Spirit.
For the old people.
Yeah, Spirit Squad. Okay, you want to take us out, man?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. So everybody out there, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like, turn on your notifications, share. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the Jobber Report. Good episode this week, and we'll be back next Thursday. We may even be back tomorrow night for a little quick snippet,
For a quickie.
possible reaction of SmackDown. Yeah, again, and this is Big Dan, and we got MJ, we got the job report, and we'll see you next week. Peace.